I knew when the tour started, so that means I knew when the record had to be delivered to mastering. So then reverse engineering from there, I knew when we had to start mixing, and I knew that the song was going to feature an entire symphony orchestra. In a wildly ambitious choice, I booked the whole orchestra because that's a lot of people without having written any of this song.
If we fall, then we all fall together. If we fall, then we all fall together. All fall together.
The last song on Haven, intelligently titled Haven, and everything comes to a head. It incorporates most of the sonic structure of the record, so it's got the symphony and the big guitars, real drums, programmed drums, synths, the whole thing. And because of that, and because of the length of it, it is the most ambitious mixing session that I've ever worked on. And I know Rave and Zach, who I mix all of our stuff with, would definitely agree with me. But I also think it's probably our best sounding, like from a sonic perspective, it's probably our best sounding closing track.
So assuming this is going to follow to be determined a cappella intro, then I want to go to like an ominous low note. I'm going to use Fables, 2 different patches that have some motion in it, so it's not just a static note. I'll redo that with real strings later. I'm going to add like a vibey synth to have some sort of motion. It's Polaris. Need something to suggest the tempo, so I've got these tuned 808s. And I've got these horn swells. Hear that. Suggest the chords. Into a dominant 2 chord. I'm gonna play that in on a shitty piano patch so I don't do anything that conflicts with the melody. Obviously a placeholder. I'm gonna add woodwinds doing the chords and brass doing swells on the end of it.
It covers a few plot points from the hero's journey, the main one being resurrection, master of 2 worlds. By resurrection, they sort of mean like becoming the hero you're always meant to be. I was also inspired by one of the plot points that isn't always featured in every interpretation of the hero's journey, which is the rescue from without. So maybe the hero has gone on this big journey and maybe they decide, I'm just gonna stay here. This is fine. I'm good here. And I kind of really liked that idea. So the sort of symphonic section in the middle of the song is sort of dealing with that subject material. Okay, I'm running into a giant fucking time waster problem, which is the session is so big and long and all the buffering with all of the sample libraries while I write this. The fucking Pro Tools system freezes and crashes every fucking 5 minutes. Okay, I finally got the song to like at least a rough sketch where we can hear everything, and now Mike is frantically learning the parts as we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Great. 3, 4. We're getting there. Okay, it's very early in the morning. I'm here before everyone so that I can fucking tweak this orchestra part. Fuck, it is really jacking my shit up. I think I changed the melody last night, so now I'm gonna need to adjust all of the symphony parts so that we don't have any fighting notes. And I also realized that in the sort of finale section, I have done too much orchestration. So I'm gonna try and simplify it. Okay, if this were a film score, I would probably leave this line in because there wouldn't also be a rock band playing on top of it and a vocal. But I think that's just going to be too messy in the lower mids once I get a vocal in there. So I'm going to make it less interesting, but keeping in mind that there's so much else going on during this last finale section that I should probably keep the low end simpler. The song does pull from my own life a lot, as every song that I write does. But I think at the end of the day, the interpretation of the listener is the more important part than what it actually means to the writer. And everyone can get something different from a song, and that's sort of the magical thing about songs in general. Nice. Okay, there's got to be some sort of melody that can go against the down to you string riff. So it's going ba, 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 da. So like a counter could be like back and forth, like back and forth, back to 7. And then on top of it there could be like a back and forth, back to 7, back and forth. And then we'll kind of get this parallel thing happening that's not quite the riff, but it should, I think, support it. Let's try that. I make changes or new additions to the song and make a new version of the session. So you can see me getting more and more frustrated. Finale, and then I'm sure there's a 2 somewhere, but 3, 4, 5, 6, and then to 7, 8, and then R, those are arrangement changes, and then a few days later, moving on, point 1, finale, bridge done, point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done, or maybe not done. Finale, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. The other guys in the band just got here, and I'm still trying to get this orchestra part happening, so I already had to ask them to leave the room. So they immediately get in here and start,
What you don't know is 4 weeks ago we released the first song from this album. Today we're releasing the second song from this album.
Was it today?
The album's not done yet. We're still trying to finish it. It's worth it. But there's no pressure.
We were really down to the wire with this one, so I didn't know what the notes were. I didn't know what the lyrical content was. It had no melody. It had absolutely blank page. So there was this looming deadline, and then at home I had a newborn baby. So a lot of the song was written in my home studio, like not this studio, but my home office, with the baby like in his little bassinet, like sleeping right like beside my feet while I was working on string parts. I was so down to the wire that I was tweaking every little intricate part in there up to like 6 hours before the session, like the night before. So I was really down to the wire on this one. I fed the baby. I'm heading to the studio. It's early in the morning. I have to get locked on the fucking symphony arrangement today, basically, because they're gonna come in to record early next week, and it's the end of the week now, so I have to get it to Hal in time to convert the MIDI into proper charts for everybody. And I just have to hope that this works. And of course, I woke up this morning at like 5:45 and realized I wanted to change a chord, which means I need to go take apart the whole fucking thing and just make a couple of adjustments. And we also have to finish doing guitars today and synths today. And I need to leave early to inspect the house that we bought. So no big deal. On we blindly stumble. Also, I probably should have borrowed my wife's car because I'm traveling with a fucking Oberheim synthesizer riding shotgun because this car does not have a trunk. Because I'm smart. I'm still working on the symphony arrangement. I have to turn it in 2 days at the last possible second. I made a fucking rookie move and I didn't do a scratch vocal for this part because I was like, oh, it's a reprise of Normal Life. I know what that sounds like. And I fucking made a mistake where the lead vocal is going to be a semitone out from what's going on in the symphony. So in music theory land, it is a A over C sharp chord, not a C sharp minor chord. The difference being A natural versus G sharp. I was going to say natural. Pfft, idiot. Again, my brain is fried. So I've marked here, it actually says include the root, idiot. It should say fucking idiot. It's because of this. Don't belong inside a normal. Don't belong. And I have them playing long. G sharp versus A. Cool. Okay, here we are in the future. Okay, that ending part of the vocal pad was too fancy or something. I don't know. I didn't like the way it led to the next part, so fuck. Back to the drawing board. Gotta make it work. Hey, fuck. How about everyone starts in unison? Ooh, ah. See how that works. I think this is better. I think so. This is my day so far. How's your day? Okay, so this is going to be the end vocal pad. I want everyone to start in unison like this, and then it fans out and out and out to be a bigger chord. So the guide is like this. An hour later. Okay, so I did edit some of these cutoffs so that the cutoffs are really tight, because you don't want to hear fucking 20 vocals flamming on the ending. It's gross. But here's how it sounds. Not sure if we need to do anything clever with the panning or not. Like something going from left to the right or all mono to stereo. That's to be determined. So I think this is what we're aiming for. And ending on unison. All right, I'll talk to you guys in about an hour. Symphony day tomorrow. Just final checks on this stuff. Okay, it's time for the real thing. This is the other thing that's really jamming me up here. This is not the time for the computer to be fucking up constantly.
Where the dreams we're fighting for, 'cause I can't see them. Help me believe in something more.
auto-tune would ruin this and it would sound like a synth. This is a little pitchy when you hear it by itself.
Stay tonight, don't run.
But we want that chorusing.
If we fall, all fall together.
In terms of our closing tracks that we have done before, this one is more ambitious. It has a lot of sonic information, having the symphony in there, and like it sort of incorporates every style of sound on the record. Hey, it's the last day of mixing the finale song. I've still never heard it from start to finish, so and that's when I know if I think a song is good or not, when I actually hear it from start to finish. So this has been a fucking crazy thing to get to this point and never have heard it from start to finish, but hopefully I can start to listen to it soon. Let's hope so, because it's the last fucking day. We just made some extremely last minute arrangement cuts.
It's about efficiency. We efficiently made them. Just grabbed an axe and chop it here and here.
And if that doesn't work, we're ditching the whole section, which is our extreme break glass in case of emergency. We can just cut the whole fucking part.
When I was writing Normal Life, I realized that the chord structure to that, you could sing the opening pad from Ever After as long as you just changed a couple of notes.
Okay, now let's put it with the Normal Life strings. This is pretty cheeky. Not bad. Okay, and then the vocal part develops for the build. Let's check it with the string part. It's the last day of final mixing, and Zach and I are sitting here just doing final tweaks on the song, and Zach just discovered that we're out of mix groups, which I didn't even know was fucking possible. However many countless hours, however many countless fucking tracks, that song is fucking done. Ian, your final thoughts without thinking. Okay, we finished the mixes late last night, just in time for the mastering deadline this morning. The album has already been mastered. I just listened to it through for the first time right now. The mastering sounds fucking great because Ted rules and he always does a great job, and Raven Zach did a great job mixing with me. Finally listened to the song from start to finish. I'm pretty inside it still to see the forest for the trees, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. That took me, what was that, 2 months? Fuck, let's take a break. The journey of making this song and the journey of making this entire record ended up being significantly more ambitious than I set out to do. And I remember saying to my wife, like, wow, this is a really hard idea. And she went, yeah, you picked every story ever.